Islam. Rise, 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 rise of Islam. Rise. We are stronger together, united as one ummah. Rise, 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 rise of Islam.
Egypt victory in Arab famine and plague. In 637, with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Muslims were finally able to bring peace in the holy land of Jerusalem and let everyone practice their own religion. By this point, all of Arabia was pretty much safe from the Persians in the northeast side and the Romans in the northwest side. But the Romans still had control in the west side of Arabia, specifically Egypt. In that area, the Romans had warships and were planning to attack the Muslims. To protect the Muslim area, Amr bin al-As radhiyallahu and his army started their journey to Egypt in the year of 639. The people of Egypt followed Christianity a little differently, so King Heraclius did not like them. He forced the Egyptians to follow it just like them and did not give them the freedom of religion. When the Egyptians heard that the Muslims were coming, many Egyptians became very happy and came to the Muslims to get help. They knew only the Muslims would give them the freedom of religion and could bring peace to their people. With the Egyptian support and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's help, the Muslims started to win battles against the Romans, and within a couple of years, Egypt became a part of the Muslim Empire. In 642, the Muslims controlled the city of Alexandria in Egypt. It was a very famous place known as the City of Wisdom. Under the Muslim rule, the Egyptians were able to freely continue their great research in math, medicine, chemistry, and science. There were also a lot of languages that were spoken in that area, like Arabic, Coptic, and Greek. The Romans destroyed many ancient Greek writings from the Library of Alexandria because Greek was not a Christian language. Basically, the Romans were scared of new types of knowledge. But under the Muslim rule, the different types of leftover writings were protected, and many of them can still be found today. Unfortunately, during that time, all of the Arabs had a very big problem: the drought. The weather was extremely hot with big sandstorms, and there was no rain for a long time. The animals were dying since they had no water. There was a huge food shortage all throughout Arabia. It was so bad that even if people had money, they could not find food to buy. From all parts of Arabia, many people started to come to Medina to get food. Already the Islamic Empire became big, and it was a very big challenge to Caliph Umar radhiyallahu. He immediately asked all the governors outside of Arabia to send food for the hungry people. Caliph Umar radhiyallahu made Abu Ubaidah the leader of the emergency manager and created many groups to organize everything to help. One group would cook food for the hungry people, while another group gave food to the people who lived outside of Medina. With that very organized system, Caliph Umar radhiyallahu was able to give food to around 100,000 people every day. This big crisis lasted for almost 9 months. The Muslim Ummah stayed united together and helped each other to solve that big problem. During that time, the Muslim leadership showed the world how the Muslims ruled their land to protect the people from any crisis. The strong and powerful Muslim leader, Caliph Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala, and his family did not eat anything until their people ate. He would first give out the food to the people, and then if they had any left, he would eat a little bit. After eating only dry bread for such a long time, his face started to get really dark and dull. Whenever his people tried to give some meat or other expensive foods, he would get really angry. As a Muslim leader, he tried very hard to help the hungry people. After the big drought problem, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave another big test to the Muslims, the plague, or a very bad disease. This was called the Plague of Amwas. It started from Palestine and spread all over Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, Iraq, and Egypt. Caliph Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala was traveling to Syria, but that's when he found out about the plague. Immediately, he wanted to help Abu Ubaidah and some of the other generals who were in that area. But they requested Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala to go back to Medina. One of the Sahaba reminded him of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ's advice for that situation. The Prophet said that if there was a big disease in an area, everybody should stay in their own place. Do not go to that diseased place, but if you're already there, then do not leave from that place until it is completely safe. Immediately, Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala went back to Medina, and the commander-in-chief, Abu Ubaidah, and the other generals went back to Syria to help the sick people since they were already there. Unfortunately, within a very short time, Abu Ubaidah radhiyallahu ta'ala got sick and passed away. He was a very powerful and a talented Sahaba. Many people thought that he could become the third caliph after Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala. After that, Muad radhiyallahu ta'ala became the new commander-in-chief. But within a very short time, he also got sick and passed away. Finally, Amr bin al-As became the commander-in-chief. In that difficult time, the governor of Damascus, Abu Sufyan's son, the great general Uncle Yazid, also got sick and passed away. Then, his younger brother, Muawiyah, became the new governor. Another top general, Shurabil radhiyallahu ta'ala, also got sick and passed away. Many of the top generals passed away by helping the sick people in that plague. Around 25,000 Muslims passed away in that horrible plague. After the plague was over, in around 642, one of our great heroes, the first commander-in-chief of the Rashidun Caliphate, Khalid bin Walid, died by a natural death. It was a very sad time for the Muslims because of the drought, food shortage, sandstorms, and the plague. It was called the Year of the Ashes. It was a very big test for the Muslims. Even though many people died, the Muslim Ummah stayed united together during that extremely difficult time. They knew that only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could save and protect them, and they showed their complete faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.